Shit will go wrong. I'm Cole. This is my journey of becoming a professional soccer player, building a bootstrap business, and showing my path to self-mastery. I make these videos to help people create their ideal lives. Today's video is kind of a repeat topic, but I think it's really relevant every single time I talk about it because something constantly goes wrong. I have an example that I originally wanted to plan to make this video on, but also just trying to record this. I couldn't find the space to actually do it, so I'm doing it in my hotel lobby, or I'm doing it in my lobby, but I gotta do what we gotta do. The original story that I had with this was actually with our bags. So we flew out of Croatia into Milan. On the way, we had a stop in Frankfurt, which might sound really dumb, but it was apparently cheaper to do it that way. We didn't have a lot of layover already, and our first plane was delayed, so we had to rush to get onto the second plane. None of our checked bags made it onto the second plane, so by the time we got to Milan, we only had our carry-ons with us. This wouldn't be that much of a problem if we didn't have only one day in Milan. We planned on going to the big cathedral, but we didn't have any of our clothes. Not having our clothes was actually a big deal because you need certain areas to be covered in order to go in. It's very common in religious sites for women to have their shoulders and knees covered, and then for men to wear a shirt and pants. I only had shorts and my mom didn't have a dress long enough to cover her knees. Instead of scrapping the entire idea, we quickly got some clothes so that we could still go on the tour. It worked out really well for me because I'm not one to buy clothes often, and I got some stuff that I liked. Something is likely to go wrong whether it is big or small. Panicking, getting angry, and making a big deal out of it will only make the situation worse. You need to be very logical in these situations so that you can move on instead of focusing on what has already happened. You can't change the past of how you or someone else acted. The only thing that you can do is think, what can I do in this situation to make the best of it? In the example with our clothes, we didn't really have that much control on whether they got onto the plane. Luckily, we were informed right as our plane landed that none of our bags made it on. This allowed us more time to think what we should do next. The first thing that we did was go to Lost and Found to contact them and talk about when our bags would arrive because we are leaving tomorrow. Then after that, they gave us an estimate that they would come in the evening of that same day. We had the frame of mind to contact support and get help as fast as possible. After that, we learned when our bags were coming and that it wouldn't be until late at night. Instead of complaining at the worker, which had no control of what was going on, we then instead got to our hotel and thought, what could we do next? There's a lot to do in Milan, so we can either scrap that and go somewhere else, or we could go get some clothes nearby the cathedral and then make it to our tour. You have to understand what is a speed bump versus what is a wall in your way. Us not getting our bags is just a little speed bump, yet we can still get what we need to done. There are gonna be some things that are walls in your life. Either it's gonna be a lot harder to scale, or it's just not possible. In any situation, becoming very emotional when something doesn't go right is not beneficial to you. I think we've all gone through an experience where about 10 seconds has ruined the rest of our day. But it sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud that you let one moment ruin the rest of your day. There are likely to be multiple of these 10-second bad moments throughout your day. If you are a very emotional person, denying the feelings that you are receiving would just bottle them up and you would explode. You have to learn how to let them pass through you. This might sound ridiculous, but I actually like having a movement that I've stolen from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Zuko, when he does lightning bending, he takes it in, he internalizes it, and then he shoots it out. If you need to, I would actually suggest to do this movement. I'm going to show you the movement right now. It looks and sounds ridiculous, but for me, I kind of visualize the emotions that are coming in and going out. I'll put anything that's going wrong, anything that's getting to me, out of my system because I visualize it coming in, me internalizing it, and then pushing it out. You can go as slow or fast as you want. I would suggest for you to do what works for you. Stuff like this is going to happen all the time. I'll probably have 100 more videos on how to deal with things when they go wrong, or I may make a more in-depth one that would cover a lot more than I can in just a short video. I hope you got some value, and thank you for watching.